from clarkwoods.com. This is Horribly Off Topic, episode number 160. Live from someplace new.
Someplace new.
Someplace new. Someplace borrowed, someplace blue.
I said not bad, just chilling at my home.
with my t-shirt on. With my half tee that says, "Who farted? I did."
Was that Patton? I got a drink early on.
And I got my full bag of Papa corn because I love to land in new cities with treasures in my teefers.
He's talking about flying.
He's talking about flying. He's going to get on the rocket bus to Galveston. We took I took the rocket bus to Galveston. Well, not that to Galveston. I took the rocket bus down the road to a new road. Down a new road.
Yes.
Down a road I don't usually travel to get here.
Well,
but here, of course, it's not.
Here's a different here because
here. You're blowing my mind.
Becky and I have become indentured servants to a bank.
It's always good when that happens.
For the next 30 odd years.
Oh, you purchased a dwelling.
Yes.
A dwelling, a home.
Yes.
Home is where the heart is.
Yes, and that's where mine is currently.
Oh.
And it's where we're recording this podcast.
Yes, we're recording in your kitchen.
Yes,
and you might be able to hear the ambiance of the refrigerator.
Yes, the refrigerator, and there's probably a slight echo, so we might need to figure out exactly what the best room to record this is.
I'm saying we should record in your shed. You got a shed out back, and they did like writers, artists, all sorts of people now. They use their sheds as their office.
It'll be like that season of Dexter when he had his stuff out in a shed. Because like his wife was like, "Oh, I don't want you to have that apartment anymore."
Yeah,
and so he put all his murder tools.
Oh,
and stuff
he's the guy that murdered people.
Yeah, you never watched Dexter?
No, never did.
Yeah, it's good up until the fourth season, and then it becomes garbage.
Oh, that's too bad.
John Lithgow, like the fourth season, he's like the bad serial killer.
Oh, John Lithgow usually improves things, not makes them worse.
I was just saying bad as in like he was the bad guy.
But if he comes in the bad season,
no, in the best season. The fourth season is the best.
Is good.
Yeah, fifth season and on is just, and like the last season is one of the worst pieces of television that I think I've experienced.
Worse than Lost.
But I don't know.
I love Lost. Who was it that I was talking to that doesn't like Lost? Oh, maybe it was my brother-in-law. I think my brother-in-law was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I was like, "No, I love Lost. I think it's one of the best television programs ever put out on network TV."
Yeah, but the last season of Dexter is pretty much trash. And we were rewatching it recently, and I remembered how good John Lithgow was in the season that he's in, and then
yeah. Well, I mean, John Lithgow usually I want to actually see all of the Planet of the Apes movies now, but the reason I
wish we could get Dan Harmon on the show because he does all
the great shows.
No, he does an amazing John Lithgow.
Oh, really?
And by amazing, I mean it's not that great. But I'd like to have him on the show so we could do his John Lithgow and then rap and then leave.
Yeah, he plays Churchill in the Crown. I think he does. He plays James Dave something Franco's dad, the one who's going crazy. No, not going crazy. He was the dad in Harry and the Hendersons, wasn't he? Yeah, well, he was an alien with Jane Curtin in that Third Rock from the moon.
Oh yeah, that show.
Well, not from the moon. I mean, I was being facetious there. Did you know the last time there was is it a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse that's happening?
It's a solar eclipse.
So you right now could be listening to our show because this comes out on the 21st, which is Eclipse Day. You could be watching this and watching your screen instead of looking up at the sun and making yourself go blind. But the last time that happened, Steve, was the year you were born.
Yeah, it was earlier in the year.
Earlier in the year, but now you're getting a birthday present. It's like it was meant to be.
It's my special birthday, the day after my birthday present, is
From
that I
universe.
get to see part of an eclipse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, isn't that what you always wanted?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's because we live in Massachusetts, so we're not going to see a total eclipse.
No, there's no total eclipse of the heart.
I think there was
Bonnie Tyler's down south.
I think there was somebody that wrote an article about tips for viewing the eclipse, and one of them was to never play that song.
You know what you really never want to play? I'm pretty sure this was it. Generally you don't ever want to play a Tori Amos cover. But
I'm with you.
I once this was kind of the end of my Tori Amos obsession. Was I bought one of her like double live album sets. This was all the rage. She did it, and Pearl Jam
double
did
live Tori Amos.
Yeah, like she did it, and Pearl Jam did it, and there was like this period of time where the CD industry was going kaput, and instead of putting out fewer CDs, these artists were putting out live bootleg CDs of every fucking concert they did. So there was a Tori Amos one that I got my hands on. And I'm pretty sure that what it had on it was a cover of Total Eclipse of the Heart that was about 9 minutes long. Ugh. And it took about 3 minutes for her to like get past just like noodling away on the piano till you started to understand this was an actual song.
Yeah, in the late 90s, that's when, late 90s, early aughts is when Ween released a fucking shit ton of live albums. They had like Painting the Town Brown, which was a compilation live album, just that took some of the best tracks from their favorite live performances,
right. Yeah.
which was I think better than just hey, here's an entire concert,
right? Yeah,
which they also did.
It's better to curate it a little bit.
But they released a CD with they had a live DVD live in Chicago, and that was all right. But the last album they released was like a 2-disc set. It was a DVD/CD, and it was a live concert from 1992 from the Cat's Cradle in Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Oh, was Harry Chapin there?
I don't think so.
Ugly Kid Joe?
Stop it. And it was prior to them like developing, like having a band. So it was just the two of them, and like they just had somebody just playing the background beats of the songs, and they just would sing along with that.
Hey, you got to do what you can. We were talking about what the New Sweethearts would do if you guys ever had to tour Europe.
That's basically what we would have to do.
You've got inspiration there. You get precedent in Ween.
I mean, they were very much inspiration for a lot of the nonsense music that we made. So. It's not surprising
that
if we ever had to. Well, I don't know if we ever have to perform live, but if we were to, then that's the way we'd have to do it.
You'd worship at the altar of Ween.
Yeah. So is everybody out there? You can send me a message on the Twitter at Tuesday is Loser. Although you'll be listening to this the day after my birthday, I hope you guys are gonna send me messages of happy birth. Or the anniversary of birth. That's the French have it right, because when they sing "Happy Birthday to You," they sing "Bon anniversaire à vous."
Oh, okay. So the anniversary of you, right? No,
or the anniversary of basically
anniversary of well, yeah. So I mean, it's not about the birthing process, right? Because some people don't have fantastic relationships with their parents, or they have no relationship with their parents. So let's celebrate you, not the process that brought you into the world.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the anniversary of you.
It's the anniversary of you. You've been here for 38 years.
I was going to say, let's call the episode that, but then people might think that our third anniversary show is this one.
Is this one. Oh, we don't.
And not the one that says turd anniversary.
Well, I don't know.
Let's try to avoid using the word anniversary in a title unless it's actually an anniversary show.
I think that's a fair thing to do. We should get the cat out of the bag, get the cat out of the way, get the gorilla out of your. Well, that was before the show.
We don't have a gorilla. We bought a grill.
You bought a grill
because we're having some people over for a housewarming on Labor Day.
And you needed a gorilla.
And no, we didn't need a gorilla. No one needs any sort of humanoid
primate.
I
mean, we're primates, so I guess nobody needs us. No, nobody needs a primate other than us.
I don't know. I don't know enough biology, and I don't want Leo to send another nasty email.
Oh, I do.
All right. Well, I don't know the class and the genus of an ape.
An ape.
so I'm gonna go and not say it.
I did not know much about this either, and then I went to Walt Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Oh wow!
And actually, I heard. This
I was at a zoo recently. You think I'd have learned something there, but I just looked at bears taking naps.
I thought you were
and not gay guys.
No, that happens after Pride Day. Is they march a lot, and then the bears are the bigger individuals, right? So they got to take a nap.
They're exasperated.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought. The train kept it rolling. It was an important thought too.
The thing that we needed to talk about that we didn't talk about.
Oh, gorillas.
No.
Quickly though. My family discovered this. Now they discovered this, and I found it out from them secondhand. So Leo can yell at my kids if I get this wrong. But I believe.
I hope Leo doesn't yell at your kids.
But I believe
scare the shit out of him. The little Portuguese guy yelling at him.
I believe the important distinction is a monkey has a tail and an ape does not. This is the thing I learned. Right, when we were trying to decide like which of these are monkeys and which of these are apes. Monkeys have tails, apes do not.
Okay.
So gorillas, chimpanzees, human beings, we're all apes, right? And then you get capuchins, which have the tails. They are monkeys.
All right, I think you actually are right. But yeah,
maybe for once,
perhaps.
But yes, we have to get the cat out of the bag, the gorilla out of the shed. We need to talk about the fact that we recorded last over a week ago. We
recorded last Thursday.
Yeah.
Or not this past Thursday, but the Thursday before that.
Yes.
So, as a result, we're just playfully joking about the imminent threat of nuclear war.
Yes.
And we didn't touch on a subject that had not happened yet.
Yes, because we are not in the possession of a floaty ball person carrier, a TARDIS, or a flying DeLorean.
So we did not know about the events of Charlottesville because they had not happened yet.
Right.
And I don't think it's very much of a stretch to say that the people, the Nazis,
yes, the Nazis
that were doing their little frickin' whatever the hell that they were doing,
a tiki dance,
or whatever.
They were in the tiki.
Fuck, they were trying to tell the world. Besides that, they're complete assholes,
and they like to run people over with their cars.
Yeah, it's just there's nothing redeemable about these people. And
no, but there's good people on both sides.
No,
there's evil people on both sides, and there's good people on both sides. Steve, the president told me.
And like the argument of if it's just about these fucking monuments or whatever, and they're like, well, we need to hold on to our history. It's like
you need to hold on to monuments that were put up during Reconstruction and during Jim Crow and during all of these
during the 60s, maybe
during these terrible times. You need to hold on to monuments that even the generals that they are monuments of said. Would be bad ideas. I read something about that this week about even Lee saying like fuck this shit. Now, I'm not being buried in my Confederate uniform. I don't want these flags flown. We should not have monuments. Like,
I mean,
I'm not saying he's a great guy.
He's not, but you know.
But if he's your patron saint and you're like, we got
listen to maybe what he has to say and not
not all of us libtards.
But the thing is, like, people always say, and the people that are like, America's great and we're the winners, and typically history is written by the winners, the victors.
This is true.
But for some reason down south, they're like, well,
it's the war of northern aggression.
We lost, but let's continue to put up all this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so we had not heard about this, and had we heard about it, I suppose we would
have at least said something about it. And
we would have maybe talked only about half of the Stephen King list.
Yeah, I forgot about that that was a long list.
It was a long segment. I'm sorry. Once I got started, I couldn't stop.
Well, people love lists.
Much like Nazis.
in Germany, where Nazis started, there aren't statues of Hitler there.
No.
We still know that he did shitty things.
We do.
And we still know that, don't be like him. Apparently the Nazis didn't pay attention to that.
No. But he's the
neo-Nazis or the alt-right or whatever the fuck.
Fucking Hitler's a cuck, man. He's a schmuck. He didn't deserve it. It should have been done. It should have been handled by the Red Skull. If Johann Schmidt had been in charge, none of this would ever happened.
No, you're not bringing Captain America.
No, I'm saying, like, there's got to be some neo-Nazis out there that are so fucking dumb that they believe that there was a guy called the Red Skull and that Captain America is real.
And I mean, we brought this up before about punching Nazis.
We did.
My stance is still the same. I take particular glee when I see it happen, but I don't want you guys to do it. I don't want you to get arrested because this other person's an asshole.
Right.
I don't want you to get charged with assault because you just might.
Yeah.
Because some other fuck is an asshole.
Now, if the Nazi throws a punch first,
then I suppose it's fair game.
You defend yourself.
Yes.
You use a karate chop or something like that.
You fucking
Bruce Lee.
Lee and or Austin Powers.
Bruce Lee did not practice karate. He practiced was it Jeet Kune Do?
I'm not sure. They got a new movie coming out.
They do, where I remember seeing that scene, and it was only like 5 minutes long in the last Bruce Lee movie I saw, so I have no idea why it's going to be an entire 2-hour movie now. Maybe it's the most interesting 5 minutes of the movie, although I don't necessarily think so.
Is Brandon Lee in it?
Oh,
no.
Too soon, Steve. Too soon.
What is it? It's very not soon.
25 years.
Yeah, holy shit. That was still in high school when that happened.
It was. The movie came out in, 94?
It was The Crow that was the one that he died in.
Yeah, he died. He died getting shot in the chest, right?
That became like the goth anthem, though.
It did. Lots of kids just like instantly black eyeliner and makeup the moment they found out Brandon Lee died. It's because they all went to karate class, right? They all went to karate class, and like and then they're like, he's dead, man. I guess we should go. Now we can be sad with all our friends who are already goths. We're just gonna put our makeup on and.
I think maybe even the death of Kurt Cobain really kind of like
maybe with
plunged so many people into depression that they were like, I need to be goth now.
You know what my dad said yesterday at a cookout?
Oh God,
related to Kurt Cobain. Somebody had radio playing in the background, maybe Spotify or something like that, and because it was off someone's phone, because every time that person got a text or a phone call, the music dimmed for a second. But Matchbox 20 came on, and my dad said, this guy sounds a little like Kurt Cobain, and I was like,
that's just like me saying
you can't see the expression on my face.
That's just like me saying that Outkast sounds like.
It's not just like that. But there is a certain graveliness to the voice, I suppose, but the quality of the songwriting is not anywhere close. In fact, there was a thing that was on our list for a while. It fell off our list because it was not a list. It was a long article. It would have taken a long time to read about the creation of the song "Smooth" by Carlos Santana and Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20. Ugh. And I just gotta say, if you've read any of that article, you will know that Rob Thomas is nowhere near the songwriter that Mr. Kurt Cobain was.
I mean, if you're gonna bring up the person that's doing the song with you in the song, I don't know if that's good songwriting. I know
it happens in rap,
but I think it's okay in rap because I mean there was a precedent set.
Yes,
like
part of the art form.
Early on, that like you talk yourself up and you talk up the people that are with you.
Yeah.
But when you're just doing some smooth, jazzy whatever song, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. I mean, 850 IS. Who's the kid in the lift? Who else? Will Smith. That. It's okay, right? But Santana. Where does he drop his name? Does he drop his name? He drops it somewhere in that song. I forget where. I forget the lyrics.
No.
So I don't know. I mean, so Charlottesville happened. Did it happen the weekend?
It happened the weekend after we recorded
was it
last.
Like Friday or was it Saturday?
I think it was Saturday. Because it was. That was just a crazy day because we went to the bank. We were trying to deposit some shit, and they were like, "Oh, there needs to be a 5-day hold on this," and we're like, "Are you fucking kidding me? We need to have all this money on Tuesday when we close for this fucking house." And
jeez.
I was flipping out, and then I looked on Twitter, and then everything fucking exploded.
Yeah,
and I was like, Jesus Christ!
I forget what we were doing on Saturday, but we were preparing for a camping trip, which is why you and I recorded on Thursday. I was going away. I was going away from Sunday to Wednesday. So I forget what we were doing on Saturday. I was vaguely aware that, but I was not paying attention to Twitter or anything. On Sunday. We were on the road by early, and then we lost our internet connection by a couple hours into the drive.
There's no Wi-Fi up there?
Oh no. We were out in the middle of the woods, and so we had no connection. And starting like Monday, Tuesday, we start hearing jet fighters overhead. No internet connection. You and I have just like a couple days earlier had this conversation about like the impending nuclear war. And I'm hearing jets overhead every morning for 2 or 3 days.
Where were you, in Maine?
No, we were in the White Mountains. And so I think eventually one of those days we made our way out to where there was a cell signal again and discovered what was happening and that we didn't know what was going on with the jets. We never figured that out, except maybe they were on training exercises or something. But we learned that there was not a nuclear war. Those jets were not heading off to retaliate against something.
Yeah, because we gotta get the New Hampshire battalion out there.
Gotta, they're the ones that they're the most hardcore. They live free or they die.
Yeah, no shit, but that's a long way from North Korea.
Well, but maybe North Korea, because what was it?
How much jet fuel can you fit on that goddamn thing to get from like? Get from like Franconia Notch to fucking to Seoul, which I know is in South Korea, but I imagine we need to land someplace.
It's a refuel in Seoul.
Oh no, maybe it's like in like Top Gun, like the game where you had to like the plane.
Fuck that game.
The plane showed up and you had to refuel. You had to refuel midair.
I don't know if I ever got past that fucking part of the game. Maybe once. Maybe fucking once.
What, to get the fuel or to land on the aircraft carrier?
I think like maybe I landed on the aircraft carrier the day before our Nintendo died in a power outage.
I remember what was it?
The very last day we ever had it.
The Angry Video Game Nerd did one of the first ones that he did was Top Gun, and then he did a redo of it, and he tried again to land the plane on the aircraft carrier, and he failed again, and he was flipping out, and he was like, "Let me try something else," and he tried it with the Power Glove, and and he fucking managed to do it. I don't know if it was just him fucking around, or with the video, but
right.
It was pretty funny.
That's a pretty good bit. Like, I mean, did he do the bit from The Wizard when he put the Power Glove on?
Well, in The Wizard, he's playing Rad Racer.
I know, but like, did he do the line? I can't remember what the line is.
I think
it's so bad.
I think he did say that in his original Power Glove review, and he was like, "I love the Power Glove. It's so bad."
Jenny Lewis says he touched my boob in that movie.
What?
Jenny Lewis. She was the redheaded friend, and she's now a musician.
Lucas touched her boob.
Lucas touched her boob.
Like, isn't that like part of the movie? Where,
or maybe it's not Lucas that touches her boob. They're in like the casino or they're in the arcade.
That's in the fucking movie.
It's in the movie, and no, and she says, she
touched my breast.
He touched my breast. Oh, breast. It's not boob.
Yeah.
Okay. He touched my breasts.
I mean, that was a really good 90-minute commercial for Super Mario Brothers 3.
It was. I think if they had gotten rid of whichever fucking Bridges was in there and put John Lithgow in there instead, would have been a much better movie.
It would have been like, "Oh, I'm here."
John Lithgow is the dad in that movie. Come on, that would have been great.
I think it was Beau Bridges.
Bridges. It was not.
It wasn't the better of the two Bridges brothers.
It wasn't the dude.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't Jeff Bridges.
Is he Beau's brother or son?
I thought it was brother.
Brother. I think you're right.
They seem to be around the same age. Lloyd Bridges is their dad.
He picked the wrong week to quit sniffing gorillas.
Sniffing gorillas. I mean, every week is the wrong week to stop sniffing gorillas.
If you got a gorilla to sniff, never stop. It's good.
We can just call the episode "Sniffing Gorillas."
Oh man, I think the gorilla I saw at Animal Kingdom was just chilling out. It wasn't as bad as the tiger.
It wasn't at the top of a building holding a small woman.
It was not. No. It would have been a really small woman. It was a small gorilla.
Yeah, well, like a little person.
Little person.
Hopefully, no little people ever listen to the show.
No, I hope not. Warwick Davis, maybe. He seems like he has a sense of humor.
Yeah. I mean, him and
Vern Troyer.
No, not Vern Troyer. Vern Troyer's like. Did you watch that? Like, I think it was on VH1 when VH1 was doing
3'9" and a 10-foot dick.
What?
That's no, that's not Vern Troyer. Who's that? That's Kid Rock's sidekick, who's dead now. He said he was 3'9" with a 10-foot dick.
His lieutenant governor.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, he's running for Senate, not for governor.
His lieutenant Senate. Lieutenant
There's no lieutenant senator, except for I guess when Queen Amidala or Senator Amidala can't show up. It's Senator
Representative Binks.
Representative Binks.
He steps in.
I don't get it, George. Why keep this guy around? Like,
so he can make that tragic mistake, and we'll all feel bad for him now because he was hoodwinked.
Well, it wasn't like it was like a master plan by Palpatine. He was like, "Oh, let's try to trick the moron into doing something dumb."
Palpatine spent all that time on fucking Gunga Din. No, what's that planet called? Naboo. He spent all that time on Naboo. He's got to know that the Gunga Dins, Gunga.
Gungans.
Gunga Din.
Gungans.
Gunga. Misa screwing up stuff just to make people send us emails.
Stop it.
So yeah, I mean, he spent all that time there. He's got to know that the Gungans.
Gunga.
I thought is Gunga the plural? I thought Gungans was
in the.
I wasn't trying to fuck around anymore. I thought
in the episode 1 review that Plinkett does, George is quoted saying both of those things.
So even he can't decide.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. The Gunga/Gungan.
Gungans. Gunga.
He had to know that they were kind of not the brightest bulbs in the universe. In the tool shed of the universe.
So that's maybe why he set up this giant plan to set up
that was all
the trade blockade, which is the trade federation that's blocking trade for some reason.
Yep.
And then he does all this fucking has a war on this planet just so he could possibly have like a moron as the backup for the queen or senator or whatever because apparently they changed to being a republic after. I don't know.
Well, no, she is a member of the Galactic Senate. Her planet might be a constitutional monarchy, but her planet in the core in the sort of the universe, right? If you imagine the Republic as sort of a United Nations, they need senators, they need representatives. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. I just hope they resolve all of this in the Obi-Wan prequel that they're starting.
What was it called?
I don't know. It's the Obi-Wan prequel.
I think it was called Hello There.
Apparently, Ewan McGregor not yet signed to the movie, which is just stupid. Like, how can they be developing the movie and not have that be the first decision they make?
It's going to be like an origin story, like the one that they're making for Han Solo.
That's my guess.
So basically, how he met Qui-Gon Jinn and became his
his ward. It can't be that, and I don't know what they do with it because Ewan is obviously older now, right? And I don't think they're going to go get Qui-Gon unless they do some fucking digital magic with both their faces to make them look younger. But there is an interesting period there.
They've never been known to do that in a movie.
Oh, no, never.
Brandy, you're a fine girl. You're wearing the fucking shirt.
I am. I wanted to watch this fucking movie last night. We were at a barbecue, and at the barbecue,
was it a barbecue or a cookout?
We were at the barbecue, where there was not any barbecue. There was fucking hamburgers and hot dogs, but I'm still gonna call it a barbecue.
All right, that's fine.
And my kids were like, what are we going to do tonight? And I was like, why don't we watch Guardians Volume 2? I have it on digital. We've had it on digital for a couple weeks now because it comes out on DVD, Blu-ray this week. So we've had it, and I want to watch it, but we got home, and everyone went off and did their own fucking thing. And so I still haven't watched the goddamn movie.
You've seen the damn movie.
I have. I saw it twice.
Yeah.
I think I saw it twice. Yeah, I saw it twice. But I have not seen it since.
Okay.
I'm mad.
I haven't seen it since either.
And I'm not going to take it anymore.
That's a great movie.
Is it?
Have you seen Network?
No.
All right, you need to. Okay, we need to get you to watch Network and The Room, like an exceptional movie and a garbage movie that I find exceptional.
See, we should keep a running list of all of the movies that I have not seen.
You finally saw The Princess Bride.
I did. Yes, it was my unholy quest not to, and then I saw it, and it was all right.
Yeah, it's a cute little movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's Princess Buttercup. And now she's the president of the United States.
What?
Spoilers. And she trained Wonder Woman. She in House of Cards. She's the president.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, yeah, please let there be a woman president. Did we step into a time rift?
No. I wish.
Yeah.
I mean, there is an alternate universe on the other side of the sun. An alternate Earth. It revolves, I think in like DC or Marvel, there's one of those. It's like it's the exact opposite of us, and it's like it's on the other side. We never see it, but it's out there.
There's a song.
Particle Man?
No, there's a song that Weird Al did. I think it's off of his first album. It's called Happy Birthday.
And he didn't get in trouble for that? They were still suing people for that.
No, but like it's a different. It's
different
not
tune.
the same tune.
Okay.
It's like, and I think one of the lines of the song is like, so I guess the Earth is going to crash into the sun, but that's no reason why we shouldn't have a little fun. So if you think it's scary, if it's more than you can take, then blow out the candles and have a piece of cake. Happy birthday.
Aw, you should have a sheet cake. With Tina Fey.
I should.
You should.
I haven't had cake in so fucking long.
Are you going to have any cake tonight?
Maybe next weekend. Because we're doing Fun Spot next weekend. And probably do some cupcakes again and bring them for everybody so it's not just me eating one cupcake and it'd be fucking nonsense. Although we did that for Becky's birthday one year, but we roamed around the city of Portland, Maine, looking for a cupcake shop, and I guess they're not trendy anymore because there was only one and it took us forever to fucking find it.
No. Cupcakes used to be the all the rage.
Yeah, it used to be like the super trendy thing, but now I guess it's vape stores.
Vape stores, yeah. It was toast for a little while.
Toast with avocado on it?
I don't know. I remember listening to, I think it was an episode of This American Life where they were talking about, maybe around the time that cupcakes first started to get really big, they were talking about other artisanal... artisanal foods.
I mean, if you look at pornography, then
art definitely is anal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be a little artistic to get me to watch any anal. I'm sorry. I want no part of it, generally speaking. But.
Yeah, I don't understand the people that want to watch a gaping asshole.
Yeah, no, me neither. I was thinking about that on the way.
You know what? Send us an email if you are interested in watching a gaping asshole, and please try to explain why, because we don't understand it, but we're not judging you. We're just trying to get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's one of those things that's like the horse porn. Yeah, like I don't.
That's not legal, Chris.
I know it's not, but I have heard of such things. And I don't
like that guy in Seattle that got fucked to death.
Yes, I've heard of that, but I have not seen the.
I think it was Mr. Hands. I think it was the guy.
No. Like I just want a couple of people who, if I'm gonna watch that stuff, which I don't very much anymore. If I'm gonna watch it, I just want a couple of people who are obviously attracted to each other and having fun. That's what I want.
All right.
That's it. I refuse to believe that anybody is having fun when their asshole is gaping. No.
Yeah, or prolapsed. Please do not vomit.
So
Tina Fey is what you were talking before we started talking about prolapsed assholes.
So Tina Fey had a video this week. Was it in the middle of the week, even though it was called Saturday Night Live, right?
It was on the Weekend Update thing.
Okay, which is came out on a Wednesday or like a Thursday.
I don't know what the fuck happened with it, but so she gets out there and says a lot of really funny / poignant things, and then she whips out a cake and says you should eat cake and just eat a giant sheet cake instead of going out and possibly getting hurt.
Yeah.
But then she makes like really great points in between like the bites of eating this fucking enormous cake and making like a royal mess, and it was really freaking me out. Well, not freaking me out, but like the OCD guy in me was like, stop fucking around with that cake so much. It looks so gross now. And it just made, but like that was the part of the video that I disliked, was the fact that the cake was fucking messy.
Yeah. That part bothered you.
Yeah, but the rest of it was great. It was great humor. It was satire.
It was.
She's not actually trying to get people to sit and eat cake and not fucking have a voice. She is in between bites having an enormous voice and saying some fucking really strong opinions about things, and I don't know. I thought it was really great and really well done.
And so, my first reaction to it, I saw it on Friday morning. I saw it on Friday morning, either right before or right after I had finally watched last week's episode of Game of Thrones, because I'd been away for the first part of the week.
This fucking season is like bonkers how fast it's moving.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
we gotta talk about. Let's talk more about it.
Let's go.
Let's save it because I got. But it was Friday morning. I was in a great mood because I'd finally watched that episode, and then I saw this thing with Tina Fey, and I was like, "This is amazing!" And so I shared it on Twitter. I shared it on Facebook. I had not yet seen that people were getting upset about it. People on the left were getting upset about it, and I was like, "What's going on?" I thought it was really funny.
I thought that you guys were smart enough to understand satire. That you're not.
But lots of people, including people that I trust, were talking about how unfunny they found it.
I found it to be fucking like hilarious.
And I started to worry that I was going to have, even though the first few reactions to it on my Facebook were positive, I started to worry there was going to be some sort of fight, and so I deleted it from my Facebook, I deleted it from my Twitter, and then only after I'd done that did I start to see all of the
extra blowback,
the blowback against the blowback, where other people I trusted were like, it's fucking satire, shut up. And so now I regret deleting it, because my initial reaction was I was delighted because I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. She like that was one of the things that really, when she left Saturday Night Live and started doing 30 Rock, I think at least from a writing standpoint, I mean, she was also great on camera,
right?
But like from a writing standpoint, like Saturday Night Live suffered from her absence, and then 30 Rock was just basically like, this is what happens every week, only fucking crazier,
right? Yeah. Yeah, no, she's fantastic, and so I guess I understood. I read enough of the people who apologized for being quote unquote humorless and whatever as they're making these comments. They obviously didn't find it funny, and I think that's the beauty of humor, right? Is that
it can be subjective.
Is that some people are just not going to get it.
But don't attack it for being like for being something that isn't like poignant.
Yeah.
Because it is. I mean, like she's making a great point.
Right. Sheet cake.
Yeah. I'm not going to eat a whole sheet cake. I will have a cupcake for my birthday next weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a big cake person either. I had a cake yesterday at the cookout. I'm sorry. It was a cookout.
I like cake, but like there needs to be a good balance of real frosting, and I'm talking about like insane sugar frosting, like the thing that I've been avoiding like for so fucking long.
Yeah.
It needs to have a good balance of that and the actual cake itself.
Yeah. I think for me right now, it also needs something in the middle. It needs a nice
like a Twinkie filling,
something in the middle. Not necessarily Twinkie, maybe fruit, maybe not an actual fruit because it's a fucking cake. I don't want actual fruit. I want fruit
some
flavored
sort of jam,
or something like that. Yeah. So the last couple pieces of cake that I've had have had something in the middle, and that's been the delightful part. Is like the frosting's okay, the cake's okay, but that together with the stuff in the middle.
I think it might have been Costco's used to do a sheet cake with I think a cream cheese filling on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And so it wasn't like a carrot cake that would have the cream cheese icing on the outside.
Right.
It was on the inside, and it wasn't like an overwhelming flavor of cheesecake, but it definitely. It was like a cheesecake inside of a regular cake.
Yeah. Well, but I gotta say, what do you with ice cream with your cake? When you're actually gonna have cake, do you have ice cream?
I would in the past, but I will not.
Okay.
I mean,
I think ice cream is an important part of the cake process. If I'm going to bother having cake, I want ice cream. I actually want the ice cream more, and I just have the tiniest bit of cake.
Well, just have ice cream then.
I would love to, but I don't think that tends to not be acceptable.
Why is that not acceptable?
Because
there's fucking ice cream parlors all over the fucking America. All over the America.
Because parents who now are my cousins and we're the ones that are parents, the people of my generation, right? And plus grandparents help them out with this decision. Buy huge ass fucking cakes for their child's birthday party, right?
Which you don't fucking need.
You don't need them. You need a tiny fucking cake because 90% of the people that are there don't want any cake at all. The kids, generally speaking, they don't want the cake. They want the frosting on the cake. My younger daughter, does not want the cake. She wants the frosting on the cake. And then she gets rid of the rest of it.
That's gross.
It is gross. I want ice cream. Now, see, I want the ice cream.
I need the balance. I need because the cake part of the cake
yes.
Is less sweet, and it cuts the enormous amount of sugar that is in the frosting.
Right. Just a lot of sheet cakes. Just the cake part is not. I've had good cake.
I want a center slice. I want not too much frosting.
Yeah. I want good ice cream. Is what I'm saying.
Just go to Kimball Farms and get.
Oh my god! And wait in like their 2-hour long line and
go to the one in Carlisle.
Forgot about the one in Carlisle. That's the one at the Great Woods. No Kimball Farms in Carlisle? Where is that?
That's very close to the center, right where the Merry-Go Rotary is. We're getting fucking really local for you.
Really local for you. I'll have to try that. No, see what I like.
I call it a Merry-Go Rotary because it's a really small rotary. And for those of you in the other parts of the country, it's a roundabout.
We were in the White Mountains, but we were in the White Mountains closer to the Vermont border. And
Ben & Jerry's, dude.
I said this every day, and nobody ever decided. Like they were kind of for it, but then they're like, "Oh, it's an hour and a half." I'm like, "It's an hour and a half."
You get all the flavors that
hour and a half.
Yeah, you can get all the flavors that they kind of discontinued. You can get them there.
I really want to go. I've never been. I love my Ben & Jerry's. There's a Ben & Jerry's that's right next to the Subway that I go to sometimes for lunch, and there are some days. That I'm on lunch at work and I am walking to the Subway trying to be a good doobie and get like a 6-inch sub or a salad, and I go by the Ben & Jerry's and I'm like, you know what, ice cream for lunch might be all right.
That's what I did. I went. What was it? 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Before we started doing this show.
Yes.
I went to the Just for Laughs festival up in Montreal, and I was going to lose my job at around this time.
Yeah.
We had gotten word that our site was being closed and whatnot, and so I had a phone interview scheduled, and so I was kind of milling about in the Vermont area, waiting for the phone call,
right?
Because I didn't want to pay international rates when I crossed the border into Canada,
right?
So I stopped in for Ben & Jerry's, and I got a big old bowl of ice cream for lunch.
It's fucking great. But I gotta say, when I look back, I think it was a bowl of ice cream for lunch or dinner that was the end of my being at a decent weight, if I really think about it. But I don't really care. Like, but I look back at the years that I was in good shape, and one of the last things I did that summer, after like two or 3 years of being in great shape, was I had ice cream for lunch. So I'm a little paranoid. I mean, I'm not in great shape now, so I might as well just have fucking ice cream.
I am not either, and the fact that we are in our late 30s is probably something to do with that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as easy for, like, we have to work exceptionally hard.
Yes.
At this point. Like, I mean, neither of us were like when we were younger had the best metabolism.
No.
So. Like, now that we are twice that age, we have to work twice as hard, and it's fucking garbage.
It is very, very much garbage.
And, you know, you have to just avoid sugar for forever, and then...
Yeah, but you know what my doctor said? My doctor said you can't... Like, that shit is... not that you shouldn't avoid sugar for the most part, but he said to me something that I really have stuck with. It's not made anything easier, but he's like, if you're going to work on some kind of eating or diet or whatever, that you need to figure out what's going to work for the next 40 to 60 years, right? Like that instead...
60 years? Jesus Christ.
Maybe he's hopeful for me.
Wow.
But we're living longer.
You're going to make it to 100, man?
My brother-in-law sent me this article that I still got to read about how close we are to like nanobots and technology and immortality and bullshit like that. So,
well, if people never die, then the overpopulation problem on the planet Earth is going to be absurd.
Yes. I asked him about that when we were hiking, and he didn't remember the precise bits of the article. So he sent me the article.
Are the nanobots going to just like sterilize people if they're?
That's what I suggested to him. I said, you know, what when AI is in charge, like, is it just going to say, nope, you guys aren't allowed to procreate anymore? And then at that point, like, is it smart enough to know, like, you can still look at people's still fill people's gaping assholes with your big hard cock, but you
not my big hard cock.
But you just can't, you know, jizz anything productive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna jizz into somebody's gaping asshole,
I guess that's
then
not
it's not going to be productive anyways.
Yeah.
I think you're just splitting hairs now.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. But maybe the AI gets smart enough to know, like, to come up with some sort of birth control thing, so our lady friends don't have to deal with their monthly visitor, their Aunt Flo. You know, if everyone's gonna stop reproducing,
what does their relatives have to do with it?
If we're gonna stop reproducing, you know, why not fucking stop that shit? You know, let everyone just let it. I want the AI to figure out how we can all just fuck and be happy. That's what I want. Fuck and be happy forever.
I mean, that would be nice, but I don't know. Like, we are organic, so we are eventually going to decompose.
Well,
there's no amount of
put my consciousness into a little nanobot, and then bring me over to a new body. You know. That's
like what? Like somebody that doesn't have brains? Like,
sure. Build me a new body.
You're just going to be a cyborg then.
Yeah, like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Or is it? Well, actually, if it wouldn't be a cyborg, you'd be a robot.
I'd be a robot.
You just if you're conscious. Oh, Jesus Christ!
If you want to send us an email,
I want to be an Adrian Barbobot with chainsaw hands.
Or you could be a clown with chainsaws for tits.
What?
You got to drink. Patton Oswalt. It's his bit about dreams. It's like when you take an Ambien. Like, usually when you have a dream, right? Allow me to ruin the joke for you. Usually when you have a dream, you have one dream theater troupe comes out, right? And you get whatever that dream is. You get a clown, or you get somebody with chainsaws. But if you take an Ambien, then the doors to all the dream theater troupes open all at once, and you have weird fucked up dreams like a clown with chainsaws for tits.
Okay. You definitely did a great job of explaining that joke.
So so we talked a lot about these the main things on our list. But there's one thing on our list that
we did touch on how Nazis are shitty.
We did touch on that. Nazis, not a lot of them showed up in Boston.
Oh yeah, like the counter protest in Boston was fantastic.
Yes, but
there was like
there were like 50 Nazis in a gazebo,
and there was there was conflicting. I don't want that to be there.
Okay, all right. 50 Nazis in a gazebo.
But there was conflicting numbers between 20,000 and 40,000 counter protesters.
Yes. Oh, those poor Nazis. So that's
something that I never thought you would say.
No. And it was like 27 arrests, but they were not major. We talked about Tina Fey and sheet caking. Apparently, the Juggalos.
Yes.
The Juggalos are gonna now. Who sent this to us? Was that?
I think it might have been Brian.
Was it Brian? Shit, I don't have
Brian.
So the Juggalos are marching on Washington the same day as a bunch of pro-Trump people in September. They're going to converge, and this could make for something quite interesting.
See, I don't know if there's much overlap between the pro-Trump people and...
I don't think there is. Did you get a chance to read the article?
I did not.
All right, well, let me see if I can find a choice thing.
Can you paraphrase?
Yes, I'll try to find one choice quote because we still have to get to the most important thing you sent me that we had to talk about this week. We have almost no time.
Yes.
So let me find...
we can talk about it next week.
So the Juggalos are... We could. The Juggalos are going to march because they're upset about the FBI classifying them as a gang in 2012. That's why they're marching.
They waited 5 years to do this?
I guess so. So let's see. Where's the good quote? Oh yeah, here we go. Facebook user Cielo Crepusculo Tremonte.
That sounds
Tremontane Rose.
That sounds like a Juggalo name.
Made it clear that the Juggalo March would have an aim distinct from some MOARs. So, quote, so apparently there will also be some kind of skinhead rally, ? And Steve Bannon just called the white supremacists a bunch of clowns. Seems like they're trying to lump us in with people spouting hate. We need to come in with a strong message of Juggalo love, Rose wrote.
Wow, okay, all right.
It's very important that we know that there's some Juggalo love. That's a
I think
that's an undiscovered Snoop Dogg song.
I think the problem, or where I thought that the overlap is that the disbelief in science.
All right, so do we want to save the thing you sent me for next week?
No, we can talk about it. I mean, we might go a little bit over, but who cares?
So
it's my birthday, for fuck's sake.
It is. Everyone deserves a little bit of extra Steve for his birthday.
Last night we went to Rapscallion.
Like rap with a W or rap with just an R? Like was there a chance Outkast would be playing on the radio?
Outkast would not have been at this place. Although if he had shown up, I think he would have done very well with the. I think
there's two of them.
No, they would have done. Sorry, Andre 9000 or what 9000, and the other guy, little boy,
fat boy, and little man,
little man, and the other guy.
Somebody is typing right now.
We went to Rapscallion last night.
Okay.
It was do
all the raps come with scallions?
No.
Okay.
It is with an R.
Oh, so it is like okay, all right, Rapscallion.
Okay, so we went there and it was a fun little place. The crowd was hipstery. Which
hipsters are good people.
Yeah, I mean they brew their own beer. They don't do it on site in Acton. They do it in Sturbridge.
Oh, old Sturbridge Village.
Yeah. So and then I guess they send them on up over here in this little restaurant. They have some good food. I ate lamb
with scallions.
No scallions. I don't like scallions. They're like baby onions, and I don't like onions. But while we were there, we noticed there was a bunch of paintings around.
Oh.
And some of them were for sale, some of them were not. And I just started talking about, because we were watching a lot of Bob Ross about a year or so ago.
So he's fresh on the brain.
Yeah. Very fresh. But we were talking about it, and I'm like, I wonder how much a Bob Ross original costs.
Oh, Happy Little Clouds.
We started looking into it, and like some of them were going for like 25 grand.
That's a lot of Happy Little Clouds.
And I was like, what? That's a lot of fucking money. And so we were just talking last night, and I'm like, you know what? I should do a Kickstarter and do a documentary about me trying to find a reasonably priced and or free or whatever Bob Ross painting, and then do all the hijinks in between, like maybe.
So you would like do interviews with people who want to hold on to theirs, and
or not necessarily that, but like talk to people that are fans of Bob Ross, try to contact his family, maybe do that, do like the whole documentary gamut, and then like hopefully at the end up with a Bob Ross painting. And then of course like it'll be like one of those I am the subject sort of documentaries, like a Super Size Me.
Super Bob Ross Me.
Yeah, like I wanted to call it Happy Fucking Trees. But that's a working title.
Does he have clouds too? Are there happy clouds or just trees?
There was trees, happy little clouds, happy little trees.
Yeah. Mostly landscapes with Bob Ross, right?
Yeah.
Did he have any people? Did he ever have people?
I don't think I ever saw a person in any of his paintings.
Yeah. So he's like he's painting the apocalypse.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he's a modern day Nostradamus. What he's showing us is what happens.
He is dead,
Well, Nostradamus is fucking dead too. I'm saying, like, he's showing us what's going to happen after the man in the blue turban.
Chris Nostradamus is dead.
After the man in the blue turban comes back for the second time and blows up the world in the third Antichrist,
the third Antichrist?
Third Antichrist, yeah.
You mean DJT?
Hitler was the second one. I forget what happened. I forget who the first one was. But then Saddam Hussein, depending on when you watch the Nostradamus documentary, Saddam Hussein was the man in the turban.
I think DJT might be the man in the turban. Might be the third.
His might be.
Yeah, maybe that orange little weave he's got on his fucking head.
Yeah. And so Bob Ross is giving to us is a portrait of America after the apocalypse. And everything, now that there are no
everything's
people,
happy because all the fucking shithead humans are gone.
All the primates. There's a book about that. It's about all the male primates specifically. It's called Why the Last Man. Capuchin Monkey co-starred that book called Why the Last Man. You should read it.
Isn't that like
it's a comic?
Isn't that like a spice capuchin?
A spice capuchin? Capuchin?
Isn't that like a
monkey?
Capsaicin?
Capsaicin might be a spice. Maybe you grind up monkeys and you put them on your salad.
I think how spicy something is how much capsaicin is in something.
Oh, okay. I think there's a lot of capsaicin in this monkey. He's a
spicy monkey.
He's a pretty funky monkey. You can go get him at Ben and Jerry's.
Oh. Isn't that
No, it's the chunky monkey.
Chunky monkey.
Funky monkey, you can't get him at Ben.
Funky monkey, or Funky Kong was in Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, really?
But yeah, there'll be like a scene where I try to follow along with Bob Ross and do a painting of my own or whatever, using his methods, and probably fail like miserably, but try to recreate the set.
Because you're no Nostradamus.
I am no Bob Ross either.
You cannot see into the future and see what things will be like when there are none of us.
Well, sometimes he puts a little cabin.
But the cabin's not occupied. It's to show us that this is after human beings, because somebody had to build the cabin, right?
No, but it was not overgrown with brush, so I'm assuming
maybe rabbits after the apocalypse, like they get mutated, or turtles or something, and they take care of
Usagi Yojimbo or something.
Yeah. The rabbits are taking care of like defending shit and defending the countryside, and the turtles are taking care of the urban part of things. They get a little.
But do you think this is a good idea? Like,
I do. I think.
Let's get a little feedback from you guys. Send us an email and see if you think it's a good idea for me to fucking like do my first Kickstarter to make a documentary
about Bob Ross.
About Bob Ross.
Yeah, have you done the sort of competitive research to find out if there are any other Bob
Ross haven't
documentaries? That'll be part of the Kickstarter.
But I think this will be like if there is like there's always like several documentaries, or well, there's not always several documentaries, but sometimes there are documentaries that happen in tandem, like
Armageddon and Deep Impact.
Yeah, and then like there was a Canon Films documentary that I watched a while ago and recently again.
Yes,
because I liked it so much. And apparently it's called Electric Boogaloo: The Story of Canon Films or whatever. Because they were the ones that produced Breaking and Breaking 2 and all that.
Aren't they also the ones that did like...
they did the Masters of the Universe movie. They did Over the Top. They did the Death Wish movies 2 through however many they made.
Right.
And they did a bunch of old Chuck Norris movies.
Highlander?
I don't think they did Highlander. No. They did Superman 4.
That's right.
That's when they were...
Quest for Peace.
That's when they got into a point where they got in over their head because they were like, oh... we don't understand how this works. We're not taking in enough money to produce these massive big because they were great at making schlock.
Yeah.
At making fucking garbage films that were entertaining enough to watch.
Right.
But that were just like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
And they like most to all of them had like tits.
No tits in Bob Ross.
There's no tits in Bob Ross. Or at least not the documentary that I'm going to make on him.
You can find the show notes for this episode at clarkwoods.com/hot/160. And we don't know where Steve's Kickstarter for Bob Ross will be yet.
But yeah, let me know if you think it's a good idea, and then maybe I'll put it out there into the world, and then no one will see it because no one follows me on Twitter. I mean, not to say that any of you that follow me on Twitter are no one. I'm just saying that the amount of you is not because it's great because you are real people and are not bots or anything.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of I don't often get a retweet on something that or a like. It's usually from either present company or Becky.
A girl is no one.
Oh, she is someone,
right? A girl is Arya Stark. She's no one.
Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah. Maybe we'll talk about that next week.
Maybe, because there might be even more crazy shit tonight.
Tomorrow night. Tonight. Fuck.
It's Sunday. We gotta wait a few hours.
Holy shit. I better get to Salem then.
You can send us email to hot@clarkwoods.com if you'd like. Or you can tweet us. I'm at ECC1977.
And I am at Tuesday is Loser. That's Tuesday. IS Loser, all one word.
And until Steve's Kickstarter is ready, you can go pre-order my book at clarkwoods.com. Just
what?
Saying. I'm working on my cover. My cover's coming out. Soon there'll be a cover.
Yeah, we Becky and I did a little.
You did. You guys are awesome.
We didn't review the cover, but
you looked at it. You looked at 3 options. You gave me your favorite, and you made some comments on the favorite that were helpful.
Yes. Okay, and I'm hoping that it does help.
It does. Every little bit helps.
All right.
I used to end all my videos like that. Every little bit helps. But I don't. It's not true. I mean, it is true. Little bits help. Big bits help.
Yeah, this is fucking little bits.
Little bits. Gaping assholes.
Gross.